You can have all the money in your hands, all the possessions anyone can ever have, but it's all worthless treasure. True worth is only measured.
My name is Cyan Barron, and I identify as African American.
My name is Mariah Santos, and I identify as white.
Hi, my name is Bella, and I identify as a Chinese American.
What does it mean? It all means nothing.
To me, what it means to be racist is to think that you're superior to someone else because of your race, or to treat somebody bad because of their race.
I think to be racist, in my definition, how I see it, is that someone is so fearful of you and people who are your ethnicity or race that they outwardly display hatred and hate to you. This could be overtly or covert. Either way, it's still harmful and it still affects people of any race.
To be racist, I feel like it's just shaming other people's, not necessarily just their culture, but how they look and what they do in their life, who they believe in and stuff like that. I believe that being racist is just you only like yourself and the people who look like you. You don't identify yourself with other people in the world who look differently.
When I was younger, typically I would find comfort in seeing people of my ethnicity in the classroom because I know immediately that there's something that I can relate to them or connect with them. But now when I'm in a classroom, I find comfort in diversity.
Yeah, I have. It definitely gets awkward when you have a teacher who starts shaming white people and stuff like that, and white people this, white people that. Like, yeah, I understand that too. I'm definitely not how you would say pro-white and everything like that, but I understand where people come from. I understand people's stories and what they believe in and everything. So it's definitely been awkward a few times, but I get over it.
Love, lift your hands. I stand with you cause I understand. Ain't here to judge, just to
I very often hear people using racism as a joke, and it doesn't feel good. It's something that's commonly done, like people will say racist stuff and then they'll pass it off as a joke so that it won't offend other people, so that instead of being angry, they'll laugh at it or make it into humor.
I think I actually hear people use racism as a joke oftentimes because they try to use microaggressions and try to kind of take it out on Asian Americans, like saying our eyes are too small, or we can't drive, or we eat cat and dog and things like that, and trying to dismissing it as a joke. And of course it makes me feel uncomfortable and offended, but there are times where I kind of have to pick my battles, and even if I do sometimes try to stand up and kind of debunk those kind of so-called jokes, people still don't take it seriously or don't listen to me.
When people use racist terms, it really irritates me even more. Like when people use the N-word, I'm like, that's not okay. When people call Middle Easterns like bombers and stuff like that, it's rude. When people make fun of my boyfriend because he's Asian, it's rude. Like hearing other people use those words and on a daily basis and thinking that it's okay, it's really not. And the way these generations have been growing more ignorantly, it's disgusting.
I think that the problem that keeps bringing racism back is we're allowing it to come back. People aren't, it goes unchecked. Every time something happens, people don't always say stuff about it. Like they'll say something racist and they'll laugh about it instead of checking their friends like, hey, you shouldn't say that, that's not right. They'll laugh and they make jokes out of it. And people, I don't feel like they're born racist. I feel like they're taught that, and the things around them, the things that they learned growing up, or their parents, I don't know, but I feel like it's up to us to make sure that the next generation is better than we were.
I think when people are unfamiliar or scared of situations they're in, or they're not comfortable, they kind of turn to fear and turn to hate instead of empathy. So it's easier for people to hate than try to empathize or actually see people without stereotypes. so they kind of resort back to racism and kind of find comfort in racism, which is ridiculous and clearly stupid. I think also racism, people who act on racism, it gives them advantage to do it. So since it gives them benefits, they kind of, go back to it.
I also think that our newest president, he definitely has let other people reveal themselves. So there's a lot more Nazis who have been hiding for years coming out. KKK groups have been coming back out. All these people who all of a sudden want to be racist and talk about racism and start riots and call people N-words on the trains and around town and stuff like that. I believe he's persuaded them to come out and be themselves just because that's who he is. Like, he supports white superiority, and he believes that that is most important in the world than people who need money, people who need food, actually changing the world for the better, not bringing out more hate and disgustingness. And yeah.